100 years old.
Whoa.
Wow.
Made it out of Vienna in the Holocaust.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Lord.
That actually is amazing because Vienna was wiped out. 60,000 Jews, every one of them.
Yep. Yep. My grandmother, her mother, and her brother got out right after
Wow.
Kristallnacht.
Wow, that is amazing. That is a very special one. Thanks for sharing that
You
stuff.
see the plate Bolgies
Wow,
on
that's
there?
gorgeous.
That's from my grandmother's wedding set.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Royal Copenhagen, and it's labeled 10 out of 800.
That's great.
Oops.
I hope they didn't break the others.
Oh, we have a whole set.
Wonderful. It's so good to see everyone. It's good Yuntiv. You know, when we did this last year, we thought, oh, we'll do it one and out. Well, 2 and out. So this year, when we say next year Jerusalem, I'll take next year anywhere, anywhere. I mean, as much as you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to us being together next year. We'll have a special one.
Next year with people.
Next year with people. That's right.
Live people.
So this is what we're going to do.
Next year in the Temple House.
System. I'm going to try not to mute you because you're all going to behave on your own because we're family. But we do have to interact a bit here. It is a Seder. So go ahead and you should know where your mute button is and all that. And it's nice to see that Eileen is eating before we've done the Seder because every year Eileen eats before we eat the Seder. So well done for continuing the minhag. I feel like I'm at home with you, Eileen. That was awesome.
I can't resist matzo ball soup.
Yeah. It's your house. You got to make the rules, right? It's only fair. That's awesome, Eileen. Awesome. So again, with technology, everyone, right now, just be aware in your upper right-hand side, you have different views that you should be aware of. If you put on speaker view, you'll have whoever is speaking in front of you in theory. And gallery view has all the boxes, which I love looking at, which is wonderful. So just be aware of that. You'll see chat on the bottom. It's enabled, so you can chat in there. I may give you a couple things I'm going to ask you to chat about during our Seder, so please know where that is. On the left side is your mute and your stop video. So just so you know when and how, there it is.
Unmute.
This is on the side, it's on the right
All
side.
right.
Can
And
you hear me?
I can hear you.
Put my face on.
But once I hear you, it's good for you to say hello, and then you go ahead and you can mute yourself. We should basically, you want to be muted until you say something. That's the key.
Oh,
Except for Andrew Weinberg.
Eileen.
Otherwise, the rest of you, that's the way it should go. All right, fair enough.
I didn't make any.
What, Vivian?
I didn't make soup because it's only for one person. So what was I going to do?
What do you
I
mean?
could've-
What are you talking about? Soup's perfect. Then you can have it for several days. Soup
That's
is
right.
fantastic. What?
I want to give a shout out to Lana's program and the Passover recipes. I actually veganized the brisket recipe by using tempeh and baked tofu.
Great. That's wonderful.
I lost.
And I used Bobby Levine's recipe to make fresh harotza, and it turned out
Fabulous.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So let me just remind you all a couple of things. We're going to do the Seder up to dinner. And then Cantor has for you, as she did last year, Grace After Meals and some Pesach hits. So be aware of that. Cantor, where are you? Say hello, Cantor.
Hello.
Good. Once this way I could put you up where I need. Thank you. Good. I get nervous in the boxes. There's 4 pages now on my screen.
know.
I didn't see you, Cantor. Just to make sure.
I
And Brandon,
just-
you're with us, right?
I just realized
There's
you're
Brandon and his
Hello,
family.
hello.
Yeah, all right, Frederick Key, Meza Yofi. All right, look at all you. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Cantor
Thank
and
you. I want
Rabbi
to
is
thank
your
Brandon
background.
for an incredible year. He's going to be our token reader as chair of ritual committee. I want to thank him again for doing that, but also want to thank him for being a co-chair of our Cantor search committee. He did a brilliant job. And I want to thank him and Audrey Fox for just doing such a great job with that. So well done, Brandon.
Rabbi, the Williams
I'm in the middle of
family.
my shtick here. I'm not done. I got to get through.
Oh,
What?
finish your
This
stick.
is going to be, this is supposed to be a short Seder. It's going to be 5 hours with you people. What are we?
No, 1 second. Just
What?
1
What do you
minute.
want to say?
The
But
whole Williams family is here, and we want to wish everyone a happy Passover. We're all here, the kids, guys, raise.
cool. Keep talking. I want to find you. All right. Hi, everyone.
Hi, we're all here.
Everyone's here. That's great.
Yeah.
Can't get back in.
Oh my gosh, I see some wonder. Everyone move around your screen right now. Just go to page and look at everyone. Look at who we have with us. This is amazing. Wow. I see one family that just had, literally, their child had a Brit Milah literally 2 days ago. There they are.
Woo.
Nice, fun family. Oh my gosh. So glad you guys are with us. See, that's one of the advantages of being able to do Zoom. You could have a bris, and the next day or two, you could still enjoy the Seder with your extended family. So good to see everyone. Wow.
Is your background and Amanda's background the parting of the Red Sea?
I think that it's supposed to be this creative version. I will show you various different looks during the evening. Yes. You know, this is wonderful. We live in a wonderful time, don't we? This won't make you crazy, will you? The entire time looking at us with a big matzah behind us. Here we go.
Oh man.
So I really want to thank you all for being with us. Again, we'll run through the Seder. Feel free in chat to communicate there. That's probably the best way to do it initially, so we can kind of get into our groove through the Seder. And we are going to do it a little bit different as last year, as we should. I will tell you, I'm going to warn you, we're going to have a lot of symbols this year. So much stuff is going on in our world that to symbolize it seems to make sense. So one of the things I'm going to suggest is, I actually had some ideas. Cheryl and I have been talking about a lot of different symbols the last couple of weeks, and staff and I, and you know, been talking about all kinds of symbols. But you know, I like the idea of symbols, because the one thing about the Seder is that, as we know, it means arrangement or order, but it's not a fixed thing. None of our orders and arrangements are fixed. That's why it's so cool about being Jewish, especially being a Reformed Jew. And the Haggadah, which means the telling, is like a wonderful taste of each era of our people. You'll get a little taste throughout the Haggadah, and it's really wonderful. So we have to add today's stuff to our Seder experience, or it wouldn't be right. That's the whole nature of all this. So we're going to begin with the reading that I'll share with you all. This is one that we do in our normal Seder, although we won't do much more from our normal Seder when we are together. This one we will from Richard Levy of blessed memory, one of the great Reform rabbis of the more modern era, who wrote in his Haggadah that he wrote, "We begin our journey through the Pesach Seder, our journey from slavery to freedom, through word and song, story and ritual, questions and more questions. We'll relive the story of our ancestors' exodus and liberation. We tell the story not only to preserve the memory, we tell the story because Egypt is not only one physical place. The Exodus was not just one moment in time. We step into the story because it is both our story and the story of all people who have experienced oppression and liberation. When we recall the story of our oppression, we resolve to fight oppression everywhere. When we recall the story of our liberation, we renew our dream for freedom everywhere. Tonight, we raise our voices as individuals and members of the Seder community, committed to marching together out of Egypt." And now we continue with our Seder list. So we need to know, Cantor, what's the order? What is our order? Can you help us with this, please?
I can certainly help you. It's a long order, so which is why we have a cute little jingle to go with it. So hopefully you can you can
A
see
jingle.
all that.
I like that.
A jingle. This one involves snapping and repeating after me. We've done it, I think, the last 2 years. So please repeat after me, but make sure you're on mute. Otherwise, the echoing, it'll be all off. But hopefully you're going to repeat after me. Here we go. Kadesh, we drink the first cup. Kadesh, we drink
the first cup.
We wash our hands or chats. Wash our hands or chats. Karpas, we dip the vegetables. Karpas, we dip the vegetables. Break the matzah yachatz. Break the matzah yachatz. Magid, we tell the story. Magid, we tell the story. Rochsa, we wash our hands some more. We wash our hands some more. See matzah, bless the matzah. See matzah, bless the matzah. Dip the bitter herbs, maror. Dip the bitter herbs, maror. Korech, a yummy sandwich that we eat. Korech, a yummy sandwich that we eat. Shulchan Orech. Oh, doesn't dinner sound so sweet? Shulchan Orech. Oh, doesn't dinner sound so sweet? Safun's the afikomen, Safun's the afi. Barech, we bless after the meal. Barech, we bless after the Hallel, we offer praises. Hallel, we offer praises. Nirtzah, we finish our whole spiel. Nirtzah, we finish our whole spiel. Woo!
Yeah, nicely
done.
done. So as I mentioned with our Seder plate, which we're going to talk quite a bit about, we have some extra things on our Seder plate. So even before you can actually take off that for just a moment, Cantor.
Oh, sorry.
You'll see what I'm holding here is an acorn. This is the newest addition to our Seder plate. And I read the following. We place an acorn on our Seder plate to remember this land and how its first peoples lived before the ravages of colonialization, to remind ourselves that we are guests here and to honor our hosts, to open ourselves to the vastness of the miracles that are already possible in our time, just as the oak is already possible within the acorn. So we have the acorn that we've added. And now we can go, we can go ahead, Cantor, and look at those. So you see here, of course, we have the Seder plate. And as I told you, mine's loaded up. Look at all this stuff, Cantor. Isn't that crazy?
Lots of good stuff.
Lots of good stuff. So we have here, you'll take a look. We have, of course, the zeroa, the traditional bone. And as mentioned already, this is going to be the last year we're going to do this. I'm just tired of doing the little bone and the kosher and all. And for me, I think a beet is a wonderful symbol. Why? Because if you think about it, what's this really a symbol of zeroa? It's the symbol, the Pesach, literally, of the blood used to put on the doorposts. Beet makes great color, perfect substitution, and it's really good if you roast them. They're so delicious. So we're going there. Right, Cantor? Isn't that delicious idea?
Yes.
Thank you very much. And of course, we have our two symbols for the korbanot, the sacrifices, one being the zeroa bone, the other being, of course, the egg for the celebratory sacrifice that was done. This is my Yemenite egg that I make, that I roasted. Very lovely. Isn't that pretty, Cantor?
Beautiful.
Yeah. So we have that. So that's our Beit Seam. We also have our, what's this one, everyone? Maror, baby. Maror in two ways. Yes. Delicious maror. The maror is very good this year. We've had very good maror. We're very happy with our maror. If you were Yemenite, you could have something called schug, and schug is fabulous. We have that too this year. Thank you, Molly Stones, for having schug. We really appreciate that. That was fabulous. You have, of course, charoset. Which kind do you all make? This is the apple version, right? Apples and cinnamon. There's a date-based one, of course, which is really yummy. I put a lot of date in this one. There's Sephardic ones, all kinds. And what is this a symbol of? Of course, the mortar that was used to build, right? Of course, you all knew that one. And then we have the sign for spring or sign of hope, the karpas, one of our original symbols. This is also a reminder, like I said, the cross-section of Jewish history that we see in the Haggadah itself. This is a reminder of the Roman period. Why do I say that? Because during the Roman period, they would have appetizers as they would have their nice reclining meal. They had appetizers with green leafies dipped in vinegar or salt water. Isn't that interesting? So we do that. We've just obviously interpret them very differently. So those are our basic traditional symbols. One other that I would consider traditional is the orange that we've had now, I think, for so many years. It's almost become a tradition. And it's really about those that feel excluded. It's often been connected originally to women. There was the old statement that there'll be an orange on a Seder plate when there's a woman rabbi or a cantor. Well, hello. And I also like the idea that it's also been used for those that feel that they are disconnected because of their gender or because of their sexuality. It's often been used for that. We have the banana. The banana is one that we've used before, and the banana is actually very, very powerful, I think. And I'll read to you a statement from my colleague, Rabbi Dan Moskowitz, who created this a few years, in we did it, I think 2016, our first Seder. A photograph of a young boy, face planted on a Turkish beach, clothes sopping wet, rocked the world in 2015. Aylan Kurdi and his brother Galip were victims of the Syrian refugee crisis. And to honor them, along with thousands of other refugees, we place a banana on the Seder plate, commemorating a tradition in which the boy's father would bring them a banana to share every day. We place this banana on our Seder plate as we think of all refugees throughout our world, and even those that are in our own country. So we have that as well to honor our refugees. One of some of the newer ones, we were thinking of, and it's actually kind of cool. See if you can see this. I don't know if you can see this page. This is an African-American Seder plate. And there's a lot of ideas about what one could use. We decided, because traditionally there's something called chazeret, which in the Mishnah is an extra lettuce that you'd put on the Seder plate. And we don't really use that. So we have it now, and that's collard greens. We have this for two reasons. One, my wife loves them. And so she made it, and no pork. It was made with turkey instead, but you could do a vegetarian. That's really good too. We did this because we really love collard greens. They are essential part of food for so many people. And the African-American experience is an essential part of the American experience, period. And it's time that we lift up Black lives. This is on our Seder plate, to lift up Black lives. We have as well an olive. Well, this is representative of an olive branch. So you can probably guess where we're going to go with that one. And that's about, we really are praying for peace between Israelis and Palestinians in the land of Israel. We want to see peace there. And I know my wife came up with a new one for us, so I hope you come up with ones for your Seder plate. But we were thinking of what would be one to honor Asian Americans, who we really feel have been hammered so hard. And, you know, granted, when a leader kind of mentions, you know, Chinese virus and its spread as such, that can create a problem. But many, many Asians have been absolutely victimized. And so we decided, my wife suggested, ginger root, which is in every cuisine in Asia. And we love ginger. It's actually in a couple of my dishes. I put it in my matzah bark, in my matzah kugel, for example, and a few other places. But we love ginger, and it's so good for us. And the Asian community, which are part of the Jewish community too, give us such a richness and also add so much to our community. So I know it's a lot of symbols, but there's so many more. If you go online and look up all the potential for symbols, there's some really powerful ones there. But I wonder if you want to put in chat, there'd be a symbol that you would think would be kind of a cool one for us to think about. Because I think it's endless.
Mm-hmm. Great ideas.
So you didn't, yeah, the sheet was up, so no one really got to see what I was showing. So let's take it off real fast. Thanks, Ron Mandel. Appreciate that. So this was the collard greens that Cheryl made. Ginger root. Olive. There was the acorn before. Our banana. Maya, watching? And this is for Maya. This is a frog that's eating some matzah because he cannot wait till we do the blessing for some reason. And he's misbehaving. I don't know why. Okay. Right? We have to sing to him soon, Maya. We have to sing a frog song. I hope Canner has one up her sleeve, because
There's one in there.
if not, that will be terrible. So thank you, Ron, for that. And let's take a look. If someone can read in chat, maybe one of my other co-hosts, Cantor, if you can look in that, maybe.
In the chat?
Yeah, see if anyone had any ideas for symbols. I would love to hear ideas.
I don't see any yet.
Cool. Then I'm sure it's all good.
Maybe coming.
Nice. So I think with that, it's time to light some candles. What do you think, Cantor?
Light some candles? Sure.
Yeah, so let's go ahead. We have our candles here. If you have candles, go ahead and light your candles.
Let me see. Hang on. Sorry. Getting to. Okay, we don't
Actually,
have
I'm
that
gonna
page.
put them there. Let's change our back here.
No, baby. All right. Ooh. Okay. Candles lit.
All right.
I got goldfish.
Goldfish, excellent. I'm sure they're kosher.
Kosher for Passover goldfish.
Very rare to have. You. All right.
All right. We'll sing the blessing together
Yeah,
over
Kiana, go
the
for it.
candles.
Yeah, I see
Oh,
candles around us.
I see. All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel yom tov. All right.
Nice. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, we have more symbols coming. Like Miriam's cup is always part of our Seder. That's a standard in our Seder, of course. That's a good one. Absolutely. Grapes for the farm workers. Love that one. That's right. That's right, Evie. Well said.
The goldfish could be a symbol for something. I don't know.
Actually, it's an interesting one. If you look up, crust of bread has been used for gay and lesbians in the past. Because they were viewed as being unholy, and so that deems the Seder plate unkosher when you put bread on it. And I think it's kind of crust of bread, kind of interesting. I think that's kind of an interesting one.
Yeah,
isn't it? So now I think it's time for our first cup. So we better pour. We're getting close to it. We better pour. We're going to start doing some rituals. So you better have your cup of grape juice or wine or whatever's from Borei Pri Hagafen. Excellent. On the very bottom. And why do we have these 4 cups? Wine symbolizes the joy of life. Tonight we drink wine 4 times, although I'm going to suggest there's actually 5 times in this particular text, with the Seder representing God's 4 promises, or maybe 5 promises to the Israelites of redemption from slavery, which are mentioned in the book of Exodus. So what we have is we have the word Vehitzalti, which means I will free you. Vehotzeti, I will deliver you. V'ga'alti, I will redeem you. V'lakachti, I will take you to be my people. And leheviti, I will bring you out. That is another one. So many would say you actually need 5. So I'm just saying, pace yourself either way, even if it's grape juice, because that's a lot of sugar. So Ken, I think with all that, I think we're probably ready.
we are ready. With the first cup of wine, we recall the first promise found in the Torah, I am Adonai, and I will free you from slavery in Egypt. Right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'am v'romemanu mikol hashon v'kidshanu b'mitzvotav. Vatiten lanu Adonai Eloheinu be'ahava moadim l'simcha chagim uzmanim l'sason. Et yom chag hamatzot hazeh zman cherutenu mikra kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim. Ki vanu vacharta veotanu kidashta im kol ha'amim umoadei kodshecha besimcha uvsason hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh Yisrael v'hazmanim. And even though it's not the first night, we're all together, so we're going to join together in Shehechianu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'hikianu lazman hazeh. L'chaim, recline and drink.
Yes, go to your left.
Yes.
Take your time.
Enjoy.
Nice.
Okay.
So we continue with urchatz, which will be the washing of our hands. Of course, we do this part without really doing a blessing because we're not going to be eating, but we're going to be handling food, the karpas. So I need someone to go wash their hands, please. Thank you, Nancy. Nancy just volunteered. Well done. Excellent. Feel free if any of you would like to go wash your hands. I've been practicing all day, so I'm good. And I have a special, actually, for the first time, a Orchatz reading for us. So as people wash their hands, I'm going to read something to all of you. We begin our Seder by washing our hands, preparing ourselves to reach back into the original refugee story of the Jewish people. As we consider our own history of escaping violence and persecution at the hands of a merciless tyrant, we also reach forward to those still in need of protection, the more than 68 million displaced people around the world today. In particular, we extend our hands and welcome to those who continue to seek asylum in our country. And we remember the danger of what happens when ordinary people do not stand up to those in seats of power. Now we join hands to recognize that the work of welcome is the work of each of us and all of us, and that we are strongest together. That's a good use of nice, clean hands, if you ask me. And of course, now that our hands are clean, we would continue with our karpas. There's all kinds of different things we can use for karpas. For the parsley, all kinds of different things you can use. Some will use celery. You could use different kinds of, you could use all kinds of greens. We remember that it was springtime when the Passover story took place. As we dip greens in salt water, we remember the tears of our ancestors who suffered as slaves in Egypt and the tears of those who still are not free today. And we take our karpas, we dip it into our salt water. And of course, we say the blessing over the karpas, not the salt water, to remind us that hope, the symbol that the karpas represents, is stronger than tears. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri ha'adamah. Enjoy. All right. So the next thing we do is we're breaking the middle matzah. Of course, you all know the tradition that for our middle matzahs, we have 4. We do not use the 3 because there's always a group that's oppressed, isn't there? And it began with Soviet Jews in the 60s and 70s, Ethiopian Jews, Darfur, and you can think of so many even today. And we take that middle matzah, and now we have our what? Our afikomen. And we cannot finish our meal without our afikomen. So go ahead and wrap that up and hide it. Maya, did you find it last night? I hope you found it last night.
Awesome.
Good, good. Excellent. And now we can continue with our reading. And if you have matzah, go ahead and pick up your matzah, each of you. Go ahead and get your matzah. This matzah is the matzah of hope. We set it aside as a symbol of hope for those Jews throughout the world who are not free to celebrate Pesach or free to celebrate what they believe in their heart. Halachma anya. This is the bread of affliction which our ancestors ate in the land of Egypt. Let all those who are hungry come and eat with us. Let all those who are in need come and share our meal. This year we are here. This year we are still slaves. Next year may we all be free. That's a very interesting statement this year, isn't it, everyone? We have our questions.
We have our questions.
Yes, yes. You know, Canner, do you have a special background for questions?
I do. I'm good at asking questions.
I hope you do, because, you know.
So I'm hoping that I can call on, even though you'll be on mute, but Hoping I can call on all of you young folks out there to sing along with me the 4 questions. Here we go. Ma nishtana halayla hazeh mikol halelot, mikol halelot, shebechol halelot. Anu ochlin chametz umatzah, chametz umatzah. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, kulo matzah. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, kulo matzah. Shebechol halelot anu ochlin she'ar yerakot, she'ar yerakot. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, maror, maror. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, maror, maror. Shebechol halelot ein anu matbilin afilu pam echat, afilu pam echat. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, shetefei amim. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, shetefei amim. Shebechol halelot anu ochlin ben yoshvinu vein misubin, ben yoshvinu vein misubin. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, kulanu misubin. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, kulanu misubin. How does this night differ from all other nights? On all other nights, we eat either leavened or unleavened bread. Why on this night do we eat only unleavened bread? On all other nights, we eat all kinds of herbs. Why on this night do we eat only bitter herbs? On all other nights, we do not dip our herbs even once. Why on this night do we need to dip twice? On all other nights, we eat sitting or reclining. Why on this night do we recline? The answers.
This night is different from all other nights because of our unique celebration of freedom. We eat only matzah to highlight the tale of our hasty exodus from Egypt. We eat bitter herbs, maror, so that we too may sample at least a taste of bitterness. We dip our bitter herbs twice, once in salt water and once in sweet charoset, as we remember both the salty tears of our ancestors and the sweetness of their hope for freedom. As a symbol of our comfort, we recline and eat as free people.
A tale is told about 5 rabbis on a Passover evening during the beginning of the 2nd century of the Common Era. While reclining at a Seder, they told and retold the story of the Exodus from Egypt all through the night. One of their disciples came running to tell them, "It's time to read the morning Shema, the time for morning prayers." These 5 sages, even though they were well versed in the story, had reviewed the story over and over again, suggesting that they wanted to savor every nuance of the narrative. This evening, we too are discovering new meanings as we retell this ancient story.
Avadim hayinu, hayinu, ata b'nei chorin. Avadim hayinu, ata b'nei chorin. Avadim hayinu, ata b'nei chorin. We were all slaves to Pharaoh in Egypt, and Adonai our God delivered us with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm. If God had not brought our ancestors out of Egypt, then we, our children, and our children's children would have remained slaves. So even if all of us were scholars, full of understanding and wisdom and learned in Torah, it would still be our obligation to tell the story of how we left Egypt. Everyone who studies the meaning of the Exodus from Egypt deserves praise.
The Torah commands us 4 times to teach our children about the Exodus from Egypt. Rabbis have said there are 4 kinds of children, each of whom learns in a different way. Our challenge is to find the answers that best respond to each child's question. And we should understand, because I really like the idea, that each of these children is in each one of us. And I think that's probably the best way to look at this. Brandon, please.
The wise child asks, what is the meaning of the laws of Pesach? This eager child has a thirst for knowledge and is told all that he or she may grasp in the experience of the Seder. The defiant child asks, what does this celebration mean to you? This isolated child does not include himself or herself in the question and acts like a stranger at the Seder. We challenge this child's defiance by saying, had you been in Egypt at the time of Exodus, you would not have been included when God freed our ancestors from slavery. The invitation to learn and participate in the Seder remains open, reflecting the belief that we all have the ability to change. The simple child asks, what is this all about? We teach this unpretentious and impressionable child about the story of Exodus in terms that he or she may understand. We afford this child all the attention needed to grasp what is within his or her capacity. There is a child who does not know how to ask. We entertain this young child with the settings on the Seder table, that this child's imagination flourish, inspired by the things on the table.
Oh, not there. One day, while tending his sheep, Moses saw a bush that was on fire, but that was not burning up. From the bush came God's voice. The voice told Moses to go back to Egypt to free the children of Israel and take them far away. Moses returned to Egypt and went to see Pharaoh. Moses said to Pharaoh, if you do not free the children of Israel, you shall be punished. The wicked king did not believe Moses and said no. God was angry with Pharaoh and punished him and the Egyptians 10 times. These punishments are called the 10 plagues. When Israel was in Egypt land, let my people go. Oppressed so hard they could not stand, let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land, tell old Pharaoh, let my people go. Thus saith the Lord, bold Moses said, let my people go. If not, I'll strike your firstborn dead. Let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell old Pharaoh, let my people go.
We have before us, of course, our 10 plagues, and I invite you to take your pinky, whatever finger you choose to use, and traditionally we dip it in our grape juice or our wine, and we diminish a little bit of our joy because of each plague, diminished a lot for people, and we literally just kind of tap that onto our plate ever so gently. We do that for each plague. Traditionally, we don't lick our finger after because we don't want to enjoy any of this at the moment. So we're going to start with our 10 traditional plagues, and then we'll continue with our 10 modern plagues, our ever-changing modern plagues. Dam, blood. Tzfardea, frogs. Kinim, lice. Arov, beasts. Dever, cattle disease. Oh, backwards. Shechin, boils. Barad, hail. Arbe, locusts, choshech, darkness, makat bechorot, slain of the firstborn. And I'm going to add some here. Of course, we're going to add as a modern one, COVID-19, the coronavirus, the continued disrespect of our environment, homelessness, a triple header of racism, xenophobia, anti-Semitism, lack of proper gun laws, how we treat immigrants or refugees, the idea that wearing masks is a political thing and not for our health. Sorry, it's one of my biggest plagues right now. How about mutations of COVID? Now, why don't you write in chat some more? What are some other modern plagues that you're thinking of right now that we can continue on? Let's see what you have. Voter suppression, thank you. Divisiveness, excellent. Well, not that's excellent, but that's a good one. Yeah, you know what I mean. Racism and hate, sexism, lack of equal access to healthcare, Zoom bombers, climate change, unemployment, lack of kindness, lack of education, homophobia. Thank you, everyone. I say we take that finger and we wipe it on a napkin. And let's wipe off those issues. May they not be issues next year. I hope at least one of those, if not all of them, are not on our list next year for our modern plagues, my friends. Enough is enough, right? You're with me on that? Enough is enough. Well, there's one plague cantor that, I don't know, a certain person, I think, if not a few, are waiting for.
I'm sure they are.
That's
I'm
right.
thinking of Maya. Is Maya around?
I'm thinking about Mayachki. Yeah.
I see a few other folks that might appreciate this song too. Got your frogs ready?
Yeah, there's a lot of people. There's Deborah Zimmer, for example.
So I wasn't discriminating age-wise. No ageism.
No, not at all.
Here's
Yeah.
another one.
That's right. A lot of us have our inner child very active.
Yes. All right. Sing along with me. One morning, King Pharaoh woke up in his bed. There were frogs in his bed and frogs on his head. Frogs on his nose and frogs on his toes. Frogs here, frogs there. Frogs were jumping everywhere. Woo-hoo. At last, Pharaoh was frightened and let the Israelites go. They hurried out of Egypt without time to bake bread for their journey. Instead, they put raw dough on their backs, which the sun baked into hard crackers called matzot. The children of Israel followed Moses to the edge of the Sea of Reeds, and God divided the sea. The Israelites crossed safely on dry land to the other side. Pharaoh changed his mind and told his soldiers to chase after them. When the Israelites were safely past the sea fell upon Pharaoh's soldiers. Moses led the Israelites safely into the desert toward the promised land. Miriam, Moses' sister, led the Israelites in dance and song as they celebrated their long-awaited freedom.
All right. We continue now. We have, of course, I'm sure you all have your Elijah's cup. We have our Elijah's cup. Some of you may have a root cup. We also have our Koshel Miriam. This is one that Sean and I got quite a long time ago. I love this one because it's made out of Israeli glass. You'll see it says in Hebrew, Miriam, right there, Miriam. This is literally our Koshel Miriam, which matches this one, which we used for Elijah's cup, but this was actually for our wedding. That's right, underneath our chuppah.
Same Israeli glass.
The same Israeli glass. But this is a very special symbol for us. The cup of Miriam. A modern tradition instructs us to symbolically remember Miriam, the prophet, by placing a cup of spring water on the Seder table. We remember Miriam's faith and courage as she watched over Moses by the river Nile and later suggested to Pharaoh's daughter that an Israelite woman, Moses' mother, be his wet nurse. The cup of Miriam recalls a midrash that whenever or wherever our ancestors wandered in the Sinai wilderness, Miriam's well would appear and sustain them. And just for a moment, can we reflect on the importance of our mothers? Without our mothers, we're just not here. But I think water is really important for us for obvious reasons. But I think mothers are super important energy for us. And I think we should salute our mothers. So to mother being maybe our matriarch, I think we should salute all of our mommies. Yeah, a lot of us are missing our mommies right now. And of course, we have three of the most important symbols that we have to talk about. So when you do the really quick Seder, these are the three you gotta do, right? So we have our Pesach, our Matzah Maror. According to the Mishnah, the ancient code of Jewish law, Rabbi Gamliel said, whoever does not consider the meaning of these three, Pesach, Matzah, Maror, has not fulfilled the purpose of the Seder. It's even written in the Talmud. Pesachim 10:5 is written documented evidence of this fact. I'm going to point to each of them. You may not see the thing I'm pointing to. I'm just going to point. Ray, I don't mean to point at you, son. Sorry. A shank bone is a reminder that God passed over the houses of our ancestors in Egypt during the 10th plague. Matzah is meant to recall our hasty flight from Egypt. We fulfill the mitzvah. For 7 days you shall eat matzah, that you may remember your departure from Egypt as long as you live. And maror, yum, yum, yum. The bitter herb is the symbol of the bitterness of servitude. Sorry, I can't read because the message just blocked that canner. Lift it up for me, thank you. May we have sympathy for all who are enslaved because of their heredity, environment, or self-imposed limitations.
Let us take a moment to remember our brothers and sisters who have been enslaved at various times in history and those who are still not free today. The following is a poem written by an 11-year-old boy when he was in the Terezin concentration camp in World War II. I am a Jew. I am a Jew and will be a Jew forever. Even if I should die from hunger, never will I submit. I will always fight for my people on my honor. I will never be ashamed of them. I give my word. I am proud of my people, how dignified they are. Even though I am suppressed, I will always come back to life.
Dayenu means it would have been enough for us. The meaning of this hymn is that any one of the things God did for us, as mentioned in each verse, would have been enough to deserve, excuse me, our gratitude. We'll do we'll do all of them. Why not? Oh,
and before you start, just if
yeah.
you want to write in the chat, it could be quicker for me to say than to write it in. Feel free to write something in that you're feeling right now in terms of gratitude. What is something you're feeling grateful for right now? I think it's something that we want to focus on also. Not just what we don't have, but what we are so blessed to have, each of us. What do you feel gratitude towards? Thank you, Cantor.
All right, of course. It's a good exercise. Ilu hotzianu mi Mitzrayim hotzianu mi Mitzrayim dayenu 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 Ilu natan lanu et Shabbat natan lanu et Shabbat dayenu 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 Ilu natan lanu et Torah natan lanu et Torah dayenu. Hey, dayenu, 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 dayenu. Ilu hichnisanu l'Eretz Yisrael, hichnisanu l'Eretz Yisrael, dayenu. Mouthful. Dayenu, 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 dayenu. Woo. And with that, it's time to fill your second glass. Make sure you got a full glass for that second glass. I'll let people fill it. Yeah, finish the last drops of that first one too. We need a full glass. All right.
I would say I would say at least a good pour.
a good,
A good pour, yeah.
a free pour, right? Very
Yes,
free.
a good pour. Some wine you don't want to fill it up. It just
That's true. Yes, yes. All right. We recall God's second promise, I will deliver you from bondage. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen l'chaim.
all right. Well, now it's time to wash our hands really, because you know it's coming, matzah. So go ahead. Let's, Cheryl will go wash her hands. So let's go ahead. She'll do it ceremonially. All right. And feel free if you want to wash your hands to go for it. If you do wash your hands, then you would say afterwards the blessing that's on here on page 22. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al netilat yadayim. All right. And now we have, oh, who's that? My bearded son. For those who want to see the Bigfoot living with me, this is evidence that Sasquatch does in fact exist. I live with one.
Thank you.
Stay here. You're beautiful. All right.
All right.
So everyone should have some matzah.
Like you're fading in and out, yeah.
Here, wait, we can change the screen a little bit if we
I
need
can make
to.
it fires.
Much better. If we're gonna do matzah,
That's right.
yeah, that's just so much better.
That's right.
All right, y'all ready for matzah? Have you had enough yet? No, you haven't. Come on. We need more matzah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al achilat matzah. Oh yeah.
I get so much I can turn into it. Sorry.
That's right. That's right. Look at that.
I was
It's delicious.
This is a very good batch.
oh gosh.
Very good batch.
Mm-hmm. Very good batch.
It's a good vintage.
Yeah, it's a fabulous batch. Keep disappearing
Circa-
the matzah.
Circa 2021.
You know what's really good on matzah, Cantor, though?
What?
A little bit of maror.
It's so good.
It's really good on there. And there's all kinds of great maror. I'll go ahead now, and that's one of the dips that you do. You already did the first dip. This is the second dip, sort of. You take that maror. You could eat straight up if you want it, or you could have it on the matzah.
To clear your sinuses.
Very good for that. Very good for that. And together, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al achilat maror.
That's the mild one.
Yeah, it's mild to that one.
You have the spicy one. So well.
Here, you want to pass it to you?
Yeah.
Do you have a spoon?
Now the best of all, charoset and maror together, creating the halal sandwich. The original one actually was the akiva sandwich, and the akiva, we can put this away. Yeah, can we? Yeah. The original akiva sandwich, where's Ray? Where did he go?
No.
The original akiva sandwich actually had lamb, roasted lamb on it, as well as charoset, maror, and matzah. when the second temple was destroyed, you weren't allowed to have the, obviously to have the lamb roasted anymore. That was traditionally not done. And so what you did was you got rid of that. And that's the sandwich we eat now, which is kind of interesting. Okay, maybe it's interesting to me. I don't know.
It's a very one-sided conversation.
It is very, that's the fun part of this. Well, honestly, Cantor, we can relax a little with the second cup because dinner would be next.
Yes.
So if people want to mute and schmooze a little bit before you go and eat, someone want to go and you want to go off, you can, that's your call. Or you want to hang out a little bit, we're going to be here for a little bit.
Yeah.
What about the sandwich?
That's what we just did. Sorry. Yeah. I missed it. I was just rambling on, Nancy. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh.
That's the Korach sandwich. I was explaining it, but go ahead and eat it. Thank you for that reminder. Excellent. Excellent.
There's no prayer with the Hillel sandwich?
There is no prayer. Nope.
Make a sandwich.
I've got a new tradition with banana,
Turned into matzah.
but you better eat that banana soon.
Yeah, this one needs to be eaten soon. It shall. I promise we will have it tomorrow morning. You got to eat some fruit with your matzah.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, people.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So do you want to make any creative charosets?
I know someone that just makes it with dates.
Yeah, I put dates in mine.
I made Laura Bar Haroset.
Yeah, there's what was that?
We made Laura Bar. It was an Israeli Haroset recipe, and it just basically came out like a Laura Bar.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Dates, raisins, figs, and a tiny, tiny bit of wine.
You know what? That's the way it would be because you can roll that in a ball. That's often how they do it in the Sephardic tradition. You roll in a ball.
Yep. So we made Moroccan haroset.
Oh, I love Moroccan haroset.
In a ball.
There you go.
It is a speckle of our people.
Speckle.
This is Cheryl makes this one, which is similar to that, actually.
Later, we're going to recook the toe.
This is a date, fig, and
Apricot,
and blue and a plum preserve, I
plum
think,
preserves,
and apricot.
and coconut.
Yeah.
Cooked. Sounds good. Stew.
I use my mother's single-bladed chopper, and my mother was a minimalist, and our haroset has apples, walnuts, and manischewitz. That's it.
No cinnamon.
And cinnamon.
And cinnamon.
Oh, that's not haroset. It's not haroset. You're making chopped apples.
Look how much that is.
I'm
Come on.
offended. If I had known this years ago, Deborah, I can't believe it. You gotta have cinnamon. That's how it gets brown. You
Why
gotta
does it have to have cinnamon? Why does it have cinnamon?
Lemon too, a little
Yeah,
lemon.
but what if you're allergic to cinnamon?
You can use cardamom. Use a little cardamom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would anyone want to know the kind of haroset that I make?
Yes. What's a Persian?
My mom.
Esther, what's a Persian one? Give me.
Yeah, Persian one. You would not believe there's so many ingredients. There's apple, grapes, pears, all kinds of nuts, a lot of almonds, and all different other kinds of chestnut.
Really?
That sounds delicious.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Pistachio.
Oh, Esther, I want to try that.
Dates.
That sounds amazing.
Dates, raisins.
So basically everything is in it. It'd probably easier to tell me what's not in it.
Right?
Amazing.
That I can't tell you. So of course, wine and one of the very delicious part of this thing that I use, that I love, that makes the haroset not so sweet, is pomegranate syrup.
Ooh.
Pomegranate syrup gives kind of a tarty taste.
See, that's a Persian secret right there.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
Yep, I love pomegranate syrup. We have some
So
actually. We just
yeah. So it makes the haroset not so sweet, kind of a little bit tart, you know.
Well, that's a great idea.
It's nice and soft. It's kind of I don't know whether I can show you the color here. It's I know that you had tried my haroset before, Rabbi. I know
did.
Yeah.
And did I like it, Esther?
Yeah, when I came to temple,
thank you.
when I came to temple, at one of the Passover Seders that you had, I bought some, and everybody loved it.
Oh, that's great. All right, next year
But
again.
This is what it looks like after I make it.
Ooh, yum.
Wow. You see it?
Hold on, stay there. I gotta find you again. Hold on. I just want to.
You see it?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Esther.
Yeah, so I have it on a spoon so you can see it
Oh,
better.
that looks really good.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah,
Are you feeling okay, Esther?
Huh?
How are you feeling? You look great. Are you feel as good as you look?
Well, I have my good days and I have my bad days. I'm doing a bit better. The cancer they told me is at bay. It has not grown.
Oh, right.
I still have the cancer in my lung and my adrenal gland, but it has not, thank God, it has not spread because I'm on the special pill that I take, a very, very expensive pill, but of course it has bad side effects. So I have to deal with the side effects.
Oy.
Yep.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, blessings to you all. You have your entire community with you right now. We're all putting blessings upon you right now.
Yes.
That's right, everyone. That's right. Refuah shlema from all of us.
Yeah.
I appreciate you sharing with all of us. That takes courage.
Of course.
And we need to share with each other what we go through. That's what it is to be a community. Good for you. And with that, I'm going to take a bite.
So Esther, I just learned about the Persian New Year, which was last week, I think, for several days.
Yeah.
So you get to celebrate both the Persian New Year and Pesach all around the same time.
Yeah. That's true. You know, there's so many things going on in my life now that I didn't have any chance to go to do all the Persian stuff.
I learned about it because I went to someone's house, and when I walked in, she had to find me a $2 bill for prosperity, but she gave me $1. But and then she had to run and get me sweets because that's supposed to be a symbol of something. By the time I got out of the house, I had all these things from her.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you for our care basket that you brought over.
Say that again?
Appreciate it.
Thank you for the goodie bag, Deborah.
Yes.
Everybody.
You're
yes.
welcome. It was so much fun to deliver them.
It was. It was. Yeah. We've been enjoying the delivering.
Sorry, I missed you, Eileen.
I know. I was.
Sure. Someone else delivered mine, and she in the villages, and she had 13 of them.
Wow.
To deliver.
Wow.
That's thoughtful.
Yes.
I think that was Elizabeth, actually. She had a
Yeah,
lot of them.
she was so sweet.
Yep. Isn't that cool?
I'd like to thank the people who arranged the meal that we picked up today.
Yeah.
Super. And yummy.
And thank you to JW Catering for packing all of this stuff up.
Yeah, actually, I'm looking forward to seeing how everyone liked it. So please report back.
I forgot to turn my my oven on, but I did simmer the soup, but I forgot to turn my oven on to 350, so to reheat all the little pieces and parts.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow, Deborah, I guess that's what happens when you don't put cinnamon in your charoset. You forget that.
well, you know, we started eating already, so the brisket is amazing.
JW Catering.
Yeah, he does good work.
Sunnyvale.
He has meals for lunch and dinner throughout the week. Go on jwcatering.com and you can go out and pick stuff up yourself. It's awesome.
You can get the brisket year round, and I definitely pick it up on multiple occasions.
Rabbi,
That's good
His
to know.
chicken soup with matzo balls is very good too.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Rabbi,
Yeah.
it's Diane. I'm at my son Craig's house.
Nice.
So it's been wonderful. Hello, everybody. I can't see all the 4 screens, but
Where are you?
Hi, Diane.
I'm in San Jose. Hi.
Good seeing you all there. Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Greg.
My granddaughter was here. She went out, but
Nice.
we liked it
Nice.
very much.
Cool. So good you guys are with us.
Yeah, me too.
I love it.
Well, let's see. Can Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so it's great to see everybody. Love
Yeah.
it. Wanted to show you ours.
Ah, Dianu. Look at the Dianu shoots they have. I love that.
Yeah.
Very cute.
I gotta put speaker here.
And so Melanie made Bobby Levine's moror, and it is so good. And she's alternately eating and coughing over here.
God, I put too much on that matzah.
Oh, I love fresh maror. It's so yummy.
Is it a brain tickler?
Oh, it is so much better than chicken.
So good. And we mixed some red stuff that I've gotten at Par's Market into it. And it's really, really good. But I'm telling you, she's so funny. She just likes the water. It's hysterical.
Oh, isn't it funny how we do that? It's like really hot. We make ourselves cry. We keep going.
But making it and taking it out of the food processor, I actually went and got my double masks and put them on while I was putting it in.
ABC News. A bar infamous
Yeah, my
for
do it in the backyard if you have that kind of space.
Oh,
The grater.
Yeah. When I was young, one of my brothers was the only one. He'd have to go to the backyard, pull up the horseradish from the ground, and chop it. There was only one person in the family who could manage to do that without falling apart.
Oh my.
Oh, brave soul, your brother.
Say it's delicious.
Yeah.
I like your Dianu shirts.
Yep.
I got them for us.
Yeah, and then as I said before, I'm trying substituting tempeh and baked tofu for the brisket in the brisket recipe that we got. So it looks really good. I'm gonna want to try it.
It looks really good.
Vegetarian.
Yeah.
Must be vegetarian too.
Yes.
Doing tofu.
Mm-hmm.
See if I have if I can find my Passover t-shirt.
Oh, okay.
I don't have one.
Are we coming back for the blessings after the meal and
So
all other stuff?
all that is online for you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So that's online.
When we
Yeah,
say
you think we're waiting for you to finish eating? No,
Yes.
take your time. Enjoy, relax.
On the temple website, there's a song sheet and a couple of recordings.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
Good.
I printed them yesterday.
Nice.
So we did manage to.
Also,
We forgot the afikomen.
appointment hidden in the website.
Yes, we forgot the afikomen. It's in the website. I forgot to mention that.
What? When do
There's
we
an
need to
afikomen in the
add-
website. You got to look through the website to find it.
How do we go about that?
You by going on the website and searching the website.
You have thought of everything.
You know how to leave, right?
When do we eat the egg?
Whenever you want.
Leaves.
Oh.
Where?
Once you do the sandwich, you could eat everything.
Oh, okay.
Where does it say? Oh, leave. You have to
Edward
leave
found it
the-
already, huh, Edward?
I found it last year.
Okay, you got to write to Oliver
You wanna leave
directly,
them-
not to anyone else, okay?
He found it last
You
year.
have to say the blessing.
He's been working on it for the whole year, Cantor, Edward.
I'm sure he has.
Yeah,
Hope I haven't overdone it.
that's our Edward.
Yes.
I have a question, Rabbi and Cantor Hamana.
Ah.
Can I watch this again? Maybe tomorrow night, maybe the
Yes, you can.
third-
It's being
third
recorded.
night,
Why
fourth-
you want to, I don't know, but yes, you can. I would recommend if you play it backwards, it'll have a whole new meaning.
It says Paul is dead, right?
Yeah. I was just gonna say that.
That's funny.
It'll be on our YouTube channel. You can find
on
it there.
YouTube. So
Yeah.
how many days is this going to be available?
For the rest of your life.
Rabbi, you're funny.
Are you? Come on, Cantor.
Oh, it'll be available
Love you,
for
Mort.
it'll be available for a
again?
long time. It'll be available next year probably if you want it.
Need help there?
The whole.
Actually, if you take a look, Oliver, just put it right into the chat. So it's right now in the chat. If you clip that, You cut and paste that, put that into your search engine, you will have access to it and you can
If I
watch.
press leave, it means it goes off or just your picture goes off?
It means that we left the meeting.
Nice to hear your voice, Uncle Mort. Chag Sameach.
Oh, thank you so much. A healthy year to everybody.
Oh, Mort, it's so good to hear your voice.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
From one Bronx side to another. Happy holiday.
You too, Neil.
Happy holidays.
So good seeing you all.
Are we done?
Next
Done.
year,
You can hang with us or not. I'm never
next
leaving.
year
I'm
in
just gonna stay
Jerusalem,
here.
we're
I'm just standing in front of
next year in
everyone.
the
I'm
Temple
gonna watch everyone eating. It's really funny to watch.
Next year in Temple House.
We have to do it ourselves.
Rabbi,
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, what with all the changes in our tier, we're registered now here. Is there any, I mean, I'm not in any rush, although we're all vaccinated, but is there any timeline as to when we may actually meet,
I was
together?
just gonna ask that.
Not yet. What we're going to look at doing, actually, Brandon and I are working on right now, is we're going to have a Shabbat in Nature in April. We're hoping April, May. So we'll start with Shabbat in Nature. Try to find a location. If you can mute yourselves, people. If you can mute yourselves, it'd be really appreciated. Thank you.
Hi, Al.
Hey, Al.
Hold on, I'll continue. I'm going to find whoever's echoing at best of my
You
ability.
can mute everybody.
I've done that, but I'd rather not.
Is there any, I mean, I'm not in any rush.
Oh, it's repeating.
Yeah, someone needs to.
Someone went to the
There we go.
YouTube channel
Thank
already.
you.
That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Don't go to the YouTube channel yet. What we're looking at doing is slow increment of stuff. We're close through June with anything that in terms of services, because I'll be honest with you, we've been at Orange before, so that means nothing to me personally.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this a very, very cautious approach. I'm going to go with doctors who are disease control doctor specialists, not other types of doctors who think they understand what's going on here. And we have to hear their advice. And the other piece is this. We have a new strain in Santa Clara County.
Right.
It doesn't seem to do well with doesn't seem to respond to vaccines, and therefore we could be in the situation even worse. And this is what happens, by the way, by waiting the year that we've waited. This was going to happen. We knew this was going to happen. So we just have to keep wearing the mask, keep distance. I don't know. Actually, Judy, one of the questions I think Ritual Community and I are going to be thinking about, because we have to make a decision about high holidays. What would you do? Right? And that's something I'm thinking about asking some groups. What would you do? Are you willing to come? Would you come? What would it, and should we attempt to do something together? Or should we say, let's do kind of what we did last year with some opportunities to be together that we could put, because we do have a new sanctuary that people would love to see, I'm sure.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
those are some of the things that we're thinking about. Right now, we really don't know. It's just so hard to tell, because the restrictions aren't going to change in my mind until we can sing together. Why would we want to pray together? If I can't sing, there's no reason to be together. I'm sorry, I just don't get it. So we can't sing together right now.
Is these churches who've taken all the things to the Supreme Court so that they're trying to get together and worship together when it's before.
Well, that's precisely why this has happened, for two reasons, for what you just said, and also, and I get this, no judgment, but from a business point of view, we have got, kind of gotten restart our society, because you have to for these small businesses, and I get that. But gyms and gambling spots and bars are going to be places where you spread this stuff easily. So I'm very concerned about where that's going to go. Whether that's viewed as essential is a matter of opinion. I think synagogue is essential, but we can do our job through Zoom. We really can. We can.
Did you see, I think it was today's Mercury News about fines to certain churches in San Jose for meeting when they weren't supposed to meet?
Yeah, we actually are, my group, we are the Silicon Valley Faith Leaders Collaborative, actually wrote a document to the Mercury News a month or two ago about that. We don't really want to, we actually believe that no one should be gathering yet. So
Yeah.
We really have to be safe. Remember, we want to get to that critical mass, which we'll get to.
I was walking in Campbell and there's a small church kind of across where the police station and civic center is. And they were singing and there was they were going inside the church in a line. And I asked my friend, she goes, oh yeah, it's all approved to go to churches. So there was a huge group going into
That's
the
the problem.
very
Yeah, it's approved, but you have to be distanced. You have to wear masks. There's all these protocols.
They did all
Good.
have masks.
Hopefully
Yeah,
they were
did.
6 feet apart also, if not more.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think they were.
And how can Jewish people get together without eating?
And without hugging.
And without hugging. Eileen,
And yeah,
I need hugs.
Got a hug.
Oy vey is
But you
married.
have to take your mask off to eat.
Well, can you imagine that we would have a service and we don't have an oneg? We're not allowed to have an oneg.
That'd be horrible. No singing and no oneg. It's like
No,
not a real
no
service.
singing, no oneg, no good. That's
No
right.
hugging.
Poo poo.
I'm not there.
You can sing with masks on.
Have you tried
to
it?
sing a whole service with a mask on?
Have you tried it? Have you tried leading a funeral or a wedding with a mask on? Oh my God, is it hard?
Yeah.
It really is hard.
Gotta be hard.
It's doable, but it's hard. It's very, if you have asthma or if any kind of breathing stuff, it's not easy.
Takes it out of you.
It does. I agree with what Bob and Judy just wrote. It's best to focus on our needs. And I think really Shabbat of nature is the way to go anyway. We could do that.
Yeah.
So we could do that. And this way, those like I got my first vaccine, so I'll be good to go in May. Middle
I got
of May.
mine
I'll have-
yesterday.
Yay!
I got the Johnson and Johnson yesterday.
So you're good to go in 2 weeks.
I'm good to go. Yeah.
Yeah, I got my second dose on Friday.
Yeah.
And I'm all done.
That's great. That's great.
I'm all done.
A large
Which one did you get?
I got Pfizer.
So did I.
That's what I got.
It's a lovely
I had
flavor.
I had Moderna.
Whatever they give me, it's fine.
That's right.
Just be
get
warned,
it.
Rabbi, you might get really sick the day after your second dose.
That's what I've been told. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cancel out my day. It's a Thursday, so yeah.
Yeah.
I'll cancel out
I
that.
didn't get sick at all.
Thank you.
I didn't
I had
either.
a fever all day yesterday. I was in bed, could barely move. It was
You know,
bad.
that's a good sign, though. They say, right?
Yeah,
That
I
means
know.
it's working.
Very good sign.
Good. I'll take
I know I
a
was
day of
worried
sickness
they-
if that's it.
I
All
was
I
worried they
had
did
was
it wrong.
Bob and I got both of our shots about three, 4 weeks ago because, well, I have underlying health problems and I'm old. You're older.
There you go. Thank you for that.
We're all
correction.
old.
You are not old. We want you to get old, please, Esther.
So yeah, because both of our shots at the Santa Clara County Fairground, and it was very easy and they're so organized.
That's great.
It's nice and smooth.
Did it come with cotton candy? I was wondering about that. If you go there, because I would rather have gotten cotton candy with mine, and I didn't get anything.
Not, they gave us water at Rite Aid.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
Well,
nice.
they showed us the door.
they didn't
They
give
were
us
great.
anything. They didn't give us anything because there were a lot of people there.
They gave you a vaccine.
That's right, Dawn. That's right, Eileen. Exactly. Thank you. That's exactly. We got it all right. We'll take it. Thank God. Well, I'm glad that a lot of you are vaccinated and in the process of getting vaccinated. I think it's great. We just got to get our staff vaccinated, those that are going to at Temple, but then we'll be in a better place. But
Hey, Rabbi, do you have your first shot got or have you got both of your shots?
I only gotten one down a week ago. Thursday. So I'm.
Yeah, just got it.
Well, we're actually, and what's nice, the Pfizer, they delayed it the month, so it's gonna be 4 weeks after for the second one, and that's what the CDC is starting to do, is delay the second shot, which is really smart. I like that. My fear, though, and we have a couple nurses like you, Judy, I would just wonder about how long this is gonna last. No one's saying anything about how long these really last. So if those that got it in December, are they like, is that it? You know, are they done
Oh,
already?
you mean the vaccine?
Yeah.
It may be
Oh.
that we could, Eileen may know, but it may be that we, may end up with a booster.
That's what I would think. They'd give us boosters by the fall. I would think by the fall. Around the flu shot time, give us this.
Right,
too,
they're
right?
gonna do that. When the
Yeah,
flu
they're
shot,
good.
you're gonna get a booster.
Okay.
I mean,
There
they
you go.
started testing people early on, so they'll be following those people closely and we'll find out.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah.
be watching
And I think the kids component's really important. I'm glad that they're going to move 16 and older, but I'm worried about 16 and younger, 15 and younger. I hope they deal with that soon. Like
I know there's, I think Pfizer was starting their trials.
Yep.
One of them was starting their trials in kids under the age
I
of
think Pfizer started it first. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think I heard that too. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Good.
Well, the thing is, I mean, we're both vaccinated. I have been to Safeway, I've been to Costco, I've been to Trader Joe's. But still, when you stand around, you're wearing a mask, you're still 6 feet distancing. I mean, not a
The
lot.
mask really works, guys. It works very well.
Wash your hands. It's still pretty much the same. And I'm not.
And change your clothing. I do that too.
You're absolutely right. And I'm not going to fly until Dr. Anthony Fauci says he's going on vacation. Not it's okay to fly, but when he goes on vacation.
What Fauci does, I do. I'm with you on that.
I agree.
I'm so with you on that. Absolutely.
I agree.
I don't know why anyone would not say, okay, you're going to lead our country. Tell us what we do. We'll do it. That's it. End of discussion.
Well, that's why when Fauci said we could hug our grandchildren, I hugged my grandchildren, or the ones that were around.
When our grandchild arrives in St. Louis, I'm getting on an airplane.
When is that?
In August.
August. Mazal tov. Very exciting. This is Sam.
Yeah, Sam and his wife. Yeah. Yeah.
That's wonderful news.
Yeah.
That's good news.
There's nothing like a new life.
Yes.
Yeah, we had like 3 Brit Milah in the last 3 weeks, I think.
Really?
Yeah, we had quite a few. Really wonderful.
Really?
Oh, look at the timing.
yeah.
Yeah.
At home. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm home. You're home. What do you want to do? Only repeats. How much Netflix can one watch?
A lot of new babies this year.
Yeah, I think
Well, it's funny because you're going to see actually the opposite now. That was the beginning of COVID. As COVID went on, that was not happening. We're actually preparing 2 years from now in our preschool to anticipate there's going to be actually a dip. And there will be a dip.
Really?
COVID dip. Yep. Yep.
Liz and I send our love, but our chicken soup and matzo balls are ready.
Did you add any flavor to those, or do you just make them with matzo meal, no salt, no pepper? They're there too.
Hey, I did it right out of the jar what Jeff provided.
Yeah.
Out the jar. A plastic quart. So I have
Just
no
do what he
idea.
says.
Deborah.
Don't
It's
add any
just-
cinnamon to it, though.
You're good. I'm sure.
You realize,
Just
Deborah,
as
I'm
good.
never going to let that go with the cinnamon. I'll never let it.
Oh my
Deborah, I
God.
have my file. Let's talk this week, okay? You know what I mean, Deborah?
Bye, Deborah.
Bye.
Bye. Enjoy your tasteless food. Love you.
Bye.
Judy,
Passover.
I couldn't find my Passover T-shirt, but I wear it when I go
Oh,
each year to help my cousin cook the
Hi,
first
Bob.
night.
that
But
Bob?
it says 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, gefilte fish.
Oh, I love that one. I love that one. I love that one. I
With
love
the
that
doctor-
one.
With the picture.
I used to have one that said Yosemite. It was
I have, I have that.
Yeah.
years
I
ago.
love that.
Oh, that's good. Ooh, that looks good, Mel.
Mock chop.
Melly made mock chopped liver.
We had that too. Which one did she make? We had Cheryl made one out of lentils. Really good. I love it.
That's what we made. We made
Oh,
with
I love
lentils,
that one. Oh, I love it.
lentils, onion, and
And lentils.
walnuts.
It's really good maror on it.
Really good.
Excellent.
We all have to go now, but the family wants to start drinking again, so we all have to go at this time.
Again?
Hi, Sherm.
Talk to you later.
You
Okay,
got to eat the
Sherman.
Seder, Sherm, so keep drinking.
Don't drink and drive.
Love you, Sherm.
Bye.
Bye.
I just,
I'm
You have
leaving.
Jeff and Karen there also. That's wonderful. Give them my best.
I just realized something we've been doing without now for 2 years. Rabbi's chocolate matzah.
I know.
I really
And
wish.
actually, but next year will be great. You know what I did this year? I experimented with a new one, and I did orange zest and candied orange on it, and it's amazing.
Oh.
I will make that for you next year. It's a keeper. That's my new one.
Next Saturday morning, I'm gonna make matzah brie. I have to.
Oh yeah. I love matzah brie.
I have matzah brie.
I'm making a new matzah with toffee on top and then chocolate.
Yeah, is that the one where you put caramel on there? So
Caramel,
it's made
yeah.
from brown
No,
sugar and
it's
butter.
made Brown sugar and butter.
Butter.
Put that on.
So listen, Sherry, that's what I do too. That's basically matzo bark. And what you do is the secret for me is what you add to that caramel.
Oh.
Add a little dash of vanilla, a little dash of cinnamon, a little salt.
Really?
Yes, do that to your caramel. I do a little bit of each of those.
Oh, that
Really,
sounds
really good. And I do not one package of chocolate chips. I do a package and a quarter. And I do 3 types of chips that I mix.
Okay.
Really
Fun. So good.
Cinnamon, salt.
Yeah. And vanilla, a little
And
vanilla extract. Yeah.
Man,
Okay.
Really good.
Yeah, I thought I was going to make it for today, but I never got around to it.
I didn't either.
Oh, guys, it's killer. It's, oh my gosh. And then I keep it frozen. We keep it frozen.
Does it freeze well?
Really well. And then it stays in the freezer for a long time.
Oh, wow.
Cantor gets to try Batch Tuesday because we're going to film a service together with Oliver.
I do.
So I'm bringing you guys some. Yeah, you got to try the new one. You got to try the new one. You're going to love this new one. I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
It's really good.
Amanda, is your background supposed to be Harosa? Because it kind of looks like a home fry.
What is that?
Supposed to be Haroset.
Is that Haroset?
It's Haroset.
That's
I was
very
about to-
funny.
I was just about to change it to something else.
That's very funny. You've been
I was
looking
trying
for
to figure
better
out what it
ones.
was.
Oh, I can see
looking.
that now. Harosa.
That's so cute.
Passover isn't Passover for me unless I have the traditional Ashkenazi Haroset.
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
I just use apple, walnut, cinnamon,
And wine.
grape juice with and manischewitz.
That's what I have in
Brown
this
sugar
one,
and
but I
honey.
add raisins and dates also.
Oh,
But it's apple based. I love it. I love it.
Nothing else.
My this is my son's first Passover where he can actually eat the food, and he loves Haroset. He's eaten like half of it with me.
Well, yesterday Eli tried matzah. And watching, he loved matzah. It was funny to watch him.
Oh.
He just ate matzah. He loved matzah.
Oh.
did you have a nice first Seder with the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amanda,
No.
how old are your kids?
Evie is 3 and Jonas is 1.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aw.
Fun. Wow.
In a hurry.
And then
What you got, Judy?
So this is my first flavorless chocolate cake I've ever made. Rachel's usually here for Passover.
Yeah.
But decided to do her own at her house in Oakland.
That looks so good.
That's
Ooh,
good.
Beautiful.
That looks beautiful.
Thank you, my first one.
That's great. Good for you.
Good opportunity to try new recipes this year.
I like that. That's right.
Make some macaroons.
My sister added honey to her roses this year.
I do that.
Good.
Also, I forgot.
Yeah.
Yep. I add a
And-
little bit of honey. Depends on how sweet your apples are. But yeah.
I went to look for my honey and I'm all out of it. So my
Oh.
roses doesn't have any honey this year.
Don't have a honey.
I'm out of honey.
You don't need it.
You're sweet enough, Sherry.
Good stuff.
Thank you,
Yes.
honey.
Yes, Sherry, you are.
Thank you.
Wanted to wish everybody.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Sandy.
I just went and watched the last of the March Madness.
Miss that.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Current game. UCLA
Show or
versus.
Is that a show or
Oh,
basketball?
UCLA's in it. That's great. Cool.
What about Stanford women? Are you talking about the women or the men?
Men's go to overtime.
Oh gosh.
Cool.
Sandy, you look really nice. I like your hair.
Well, good luck, Sandy. Enjoy that.
It'll be a few minutes before it starts again.
There you go.
Thank you for leading the Seder.
Absolutely. I look forward to being together next year. Finally.
Oh, it is.
I do too.
I really miss brisket. I didn't get in time to make the order. My sister makes the best, and I usually have a holiday with my sister down south and her family and my niece and her. Everybody's grown up.
Were we supposed to get a matzo ball with the soup?
No, that's extra.
No, we got these
Oh my God.
separately. We got the soup, but there was a container and the matzo balls looked like gefilte fish.
Yes.
There was
It
a
was.
container that was labeled gefilte
So it's
fish.
either gefilte fish or it's matzo ball. Put in your soup, see what it feels like.
If it sinks to the bottom, it's gefilte fish.
Yeah, well, some
Fishy.
people actually make sinkers. God knows why.
So some people make them really hard.
My mother did a long time ago, but yeah.
I like the softer ones.
Oh yes, you want
I
fluffy.
Right.
Yes.
Those are
My
easy.
sister met a nice man in her building now. And so he wanted to know if she likes hard matzo balls or soft matzo balls. And he said that could make or break the relationship.
Sounds like a line to me, Sherry.
Yeah. He's apparently nice, Dana. He really sounds a great sense of humor, and he's Jewish
It's
too.
a fish.
If it swims, it's gefilte fish.
I saw that too.
It sounds like the beginning of a great romantic comedy.
It does.
Yeah, exactly.
It does. He apparently has the greatest sense of humor, and is constantly making her laugh.
Hey, that's the best. That
You
is
better
the
believe it.
best.
That's
That
what I
is
told
the
her.
best thing you can do.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Who needs
Jerry and
tourists?
I having laughter in our home went a
That'll
long
get you
way.
through most things.
Yep.
Life's too short not to enjoy.
That's for sure.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So Rabbi, you were talking about the new sanctuary.
Yes.
When is the construction on the outside going to start?
We don't know that yet. We're waiting still on the county with some stuff. It's been kind of a log jam for obvious reasons and very slow bureaucratically. So we're not quite sure about that. We're hoping sooner than later. It still could happen sooner.
You know what I was thinking?
not.
Is lumber involved? Because it's gone up 50 to 70%.
Oh,
Rabbi,
yeah.
you know what I was thinking? And I know this will be after you move out, Amanda, so this is nothing to do with you moving out. But wouldn't it be neat if we leveled the house and made a parking lot out of it? Has anybody-
The problem with the house
No.
property is that it's too small to make any kind of a parking lot.
You don't think we could get 20 spaces out of there?
No, and it wouldn't be worth
No.
it. You would get it financially. That would make no sense for us.
Oh, okay.
Also, zoning, I don't think you can do that.
I probably can't.
Yeah. Please don't.
But yeah, we're not going to. Don't worry.
Joni Mitchell wrote a
Yeah,
song. about
Joanne mentioned that.
She sure did.
You paid paradise.
Actually, Eileen, I just saw on I think it was on, I don't know, was it Apple TV or one of them?
Yeah.
A really good documentary on Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Oh,
It
really?
talked about that whole era with
Yeah.
Joni and everyone coming to Laurel Canyon.
Joni was
You would
looking
love
at
it. It was
that.
really cool.
It was a great
Yeah.
I really was impressed with it.
If you find that link, could you send it?
Yeah, I'll see if I
Yeah.
can find the link. Yeah. It was
Also-
really awesome. I was very impressed. They did a great
Also-
job. And I didn't realize a lot of the history. Like David Crosby really was kind of the guru there. He got everyone involved. He brought Joni out with him, got her started. I mean, really, he was good to fellow artists. And I loved hearing that about David.
Yeah.
There's a special, it was on this afternoon and it's gonna be on later this week again. A concert with Carole King and James Taylor.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Nice.
I just love them.
Bye.
And together they're
Take
amazing.
care.
Bye, Sandy.
Bye.
Bye.
Go team. Whatever team you want, Sandy. Hope they win.
Yeah.
I think all those little things were my dinner. I'm not hungry anymore.
That's what happens with Pesach. Is all the
Yeah,
other
you
stuff we could fill.
have a
for
little bit of
dinner
this,
stuff.
a little bit of that.
And a cold glass of wine, maybe that's why alcoholics don't eat much. 'Cause
No, they just
one
keep
glass
drinking.
and I'm done. I'm done for.
Harriet, are you all alone?
I'm all alone.
Oh, me too.
She's in the dark too.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not.
why are you in the dark?
I'm not.
All in the dark.
Hey, Phil Hammer.
Hi, Phil.
I'm in the light.
Now you're in the light.
There we go.
I've got a
Hey,
window.
buddy.
This was fabulous.
Yes,
it was.
very good.
Rabbi,
This
Thank
really
you.
made it.
What, Neil?
Rabbi, there's a new Beatle movie coming out. Peter Jackson has 54 hours of unseen Beatle music.
Cool. I would love that. I love that stuff.
It's all on the Let It Be though.
Thank you for telling us.
That's great. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Rabbi, is there a document on all the different symbols that you were talking about for the Seder plate?
There are many documents all over the place. I compiled all over. Yeah, all over. You could just go in the search engine and let me know. Send me an email if there's something in particular I can send to you.
Rabbi, is that the wine or you have lipstick on?
You know, my lips look really red on this. I don't know
He has
why.
very red lips.
Yeah, they look very good.
No lipstick. or
Ruby
anything.
red lips.
I didn't even put chapstick on. I don't know what the hell that. I was looking at it earlier, like, wow, I'm pretty lips. I have.
Look good.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. There's a special filter for pretty lips, I guess, and I hit it by accident. I don't know.
Yeah.
Vivian, looking at them in the natural light, it's normal.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Normal.
And I don't ever have to wear rouge because I have Romanian red skin.
Oh, Jojo.
All right, bye, everybody.
Getting so big.
Jojo.
I want to see.
Thank you. It's really important to have.
Jojo. Hi, sweetheart.
Jojo.
Big boy.
Baby.
Aw.
Oh, goodness.
Just wants to grab the microphone. Whoa.
Oh, here. Oh, look at how cute he is.
Nice wigs.
Bye, sweet.
He's really gotten big, Amanda.
Well, he's in his second year of college.
No wonder.
And his doctorate.
It's just everything with our children. It's terrible.
It's good it's online because his feet can't reach the pedals to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
There's
right.
our new cantor, Evie Edmondson.
Hi, Evie.
Aw.
Hi, sweetheart.
Oh, I want to
Love
see.
when you sing with Mom.
Evie.
Where is she? We love to hear your voice.
Where is she?
She's low.
Where is she?
How come I can't
There
see?
she is.
She has to stand up.
Oh.
There we
There
go.
we
go.
Hi, sweetie girl.
There. Where is she?
Big girl.
Oh, it's a pretty dress, honey. Very pretty.
Oh, it's got to dress up for Passover.
Did she clean your dress? That's nice of her. Was it a
There
clean day?
she
It's nice
is.
having a laundry day, isn't it?
Good.
That's
Did
excellent.
mommy clean it?
It's very
She's a
good.
good mommy.
She is. You have a good one there.
Mommy's right
She's right there. Excellent. I love hearing you talk, Evie. You talk so well.
I don't know how I get.
I love hearing you talk. Love hearing your voice.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
I have a funny Passover story.
No, this is just.
Yeah?
Yesterday, we had
Ev.
our granddaughter here, and my mom, and Neil's son, and our daughter-in-law. And Riley, our granddaughter, she's 3.5. So I think she finally understood about the Afikomen, and Neil hit it, and she looking around for it, and she kept saying to him, "Grandpa, where is it?"
Because I can't tell
Where
you.
is it? You're supposed to find out. I can't tell you where it is. She's walking all over the house. Where is it?
Oh, that's so cute.
But it was in plain sight. I didn't put it. I didn't put
Plain sight, she
I
just
didn't put
kept
it on
going.
any furniture.
You hit it in an age appropriate manner, honey.
Exactly.
She did find it though. I mean, Neil told her what room it was in and she went in there and she kept saying, where is it?
That's so cute. That's so cute.
No hints. Sorry.
But my daughter-in-law has a recipe for a flourless chocolate cake for Passover.
Yes.
So good. It tasted like a brownie.
Was
Yeah,
it good?
I love flourless chocolate cakes.
good.
They're amazing. I love them. They're dense, amazing.
They're yeah.
Even at the doorstop.
Whole Foods used to make one that was really good. Whole Foods.
Yes.
You know,
Evie.
you know, it surprised me. We didn't get Friday night. We didn't get any sign of Passover dinner from High House. Nothing.
Oh, you're kidding.
No.
Not very Jewish anymore there. What can we say, right?
Oh, look at your pretty dress, Evie.
That's what we have to say. Yes, Rabbi.
I thought it was a Jewish place.
Well, it was years ago.
Years ago it was. That was the goal. Actually, our synagogue was one of the some of the founders were from our synagogue that created High House.
Absolutely.
Are you talking about High House?
Yeah, but there's
Yeah.
very few Jews there now.
Oh,
Maybe have 30. We've just lost a few. Bye, sweetheart.
Yeah.
What did she say?
That I like my mommy's hair.
Oh,
Isn't it pretty? It's pretty
I
hair.
like your mommy's hair too.
It's
That's
so
nice.
cute. Mommy's so cute with her
It's
hair.
so
Very
pretty on
cute.
mommy. Yeah.
I'm glad you like it too,
We've
Evie.
lost
That's
a
nice.
lot of Jewish people here. And it's sad because I heard a rumor the other day that High House was just sold to another company and they're going to change the name.
oh no.
And I hope it's just a rumor. Have you heard anything, Rabbi?
I'm not at liberty to discuss this.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. No, that doesn't sound good.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, Rose, president of our residence council, told us the other day, and I wanted to cry if it's true.
Oh.
Why do they have to change the name?
I don't know. I mean, I don't care who buys it, but why change the name?
My chair.
You know, all the Chinese people call it Chai House, so I mean,
That's cute.
That's right.
Very cute. Yeah.
It has that double meaning. I love that.
yeah, it's great.
Hey, Al Ross.
If they sell it anyway, it would change name.
Right. Thank you
'Cause
all.
it's a corporation now.
Lisa. Bye, Eileen.
Bye.
Bye.
Everybody.
Happy
Yeah, Roth.
Passover.
Thank you very much, and all the same to you, and good health.
Oh, yes.
All I ask for this year. You know, I've made it this long. I just keep, and I got my second shot, so I feel good.
Yeah, you just keep it up. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone. Take care. Good seeing you all. Have a great rest of your Pesach, and hopefully we'll see you at services next Saturday. If not,
Same
sooner.
to you, Rabbi.
Take care, everyone.
Happy
Chag
Passover.
Sameach.
Bye, Evie.
Love you.
Sameach.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Thanks, Rabbi. We're gonna sign off also, Melanie and I, and Ellie's somewhere. You know.
Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach, everybody.
Chag Sameach.
Sameach.
See you hopefully soon in person.
Lips to God's ears.